Just before World War I, Lionel added O-gauge trains to his line by bringing out a few sizes of New York Central type engines. At first these engines were numbered as the 700 series. Quickly Lionel renumbered them the 150 series. After Lionel reorganized from a manufacturing company to a corporation in 1918, the engines numbered 150 etc. became huge sellers. They remained huge sellers until the last one was cataloged in 1927. So generally very common are the brown, gray, dark green 150 series engines of varying sizes, with Lionel Corporation on their pickup plates, like this. Less common are the pre-1918 engines that have Lionel Manufacturing Company on their plates, like this. These include the 700 series engines that had been introduced by 1915 and renumbered as the 150 series sometime in 1916 or 17. An old guy reported in the TCA Quarterly years ago that he got his 152 in 1916. These four are manufacturing 150 series engines from 1916 to 1918. They're all pretty scarce. These two are numbered 150 instead of 152 as they are usually found. In addition to switching from 700 to 150 numbers, Lionel switched the 150 numbers around early on. Both of these are very different variations from each other. This size is what collectors recognize as the 150. Here is the Big Daddy, the 156, a really rare manufacturing 156 with the pedestal headlight. It also has a triangular brush plate type motor, which I'll show you in a bit. Now to the subject of this video. This set headed by a number 700 loco. Lionel was making the 700 engines by 1915. However, a long-time Lionel employee told early collectors that Lionel actually introduced O-gauge trains in 1913. Whatever, 1913 or 1915, I think this little 700 set is from the first batch. You collectors who know about this stuff are looking at these two 600 Pullman cars. These 600 Pullman cars are not dark green. They are not brown or maroon. They are olive green. I have never seen 600 Pullmans in olive green before either. And they have the gold stripe. One of the newer reference books may list olive green 600 Pullmans like this. If not, you're looking at what was, until I found these, an unknown color variation. This engine has all the traits of Lionel's first O-gauge locomotives. Gold ventilators, pedestal headlight, coupler that swivels on a rivet. We turn it over and we see why I think it's among the first of the first. The earliest pickup plate doesn't even have Lionel Manufacturing Company on it. It's blank. The only Lionel mark is this tiny L on the rivet. Taking the cab off, we see more early traits. These are cast iron wheels, not the die-cast wheels with pressed-on steel rims that Lionel used later in production. And here is the triangle brush plate that I mentioned earlier. Unfortunately, when I took the motor apart to service it, the fiber portion was rotted and fell apart, so the brush tubes are now loose in a bag. Here is what an intact triangular brush plate looks like. Now I'm going to put these two motors side by side to compare them. Unlike later motors, the first Lionel O-gauge motor has this open frame. If you compare this motor slightly later, by a year or two maybe, you see that the frame more closely surrounds the field winding. Back to this one, you see also that the field winding is covered with wire that is covered with green silk. It would seem kind of weird to have a train video without a train running in it. This 700's motor won't run for the indefinite future, so I borrowed a motor from one of the 150s. Another thing, because of their internal construction, the earliest 700 cabs will fit properly only over the earliest motors. And so we ride out.